Welcome, everyone, to this special council meeting. I appreciate everyone who is here. This is a meeting looking at a discussion on the deputy mayor's position. I'm calling the meeting to order, and we always begin with our land acknowledgement. Municipality of Tweed recognizes that our work takes place on traditional Indigenous territories, including the Huron-Wendat, Anishinaabe, and the Haudenosaunee peoples. We recognize and respect the history, languages, and cultures of the First Nations, Métis, Inuit, and all Indigenous peoples whose presence continues to enrich our communities. Miigwech. The purpose of the special meeting. The purpose of the special meeting is to provide a public open house to receive input from the public regarding the notice of motion put forward at the January 28th, 2025 council meeting for a change in the composition of council for the deputy mayor position to be a one-year appointment as elected by council commencing with the 2026 election. Could I have a mover and a seconder for the approval of the special meeting agenda, please? Thank you, Councillor Valiquette. Thank you, Deputy Mayor Demarche. Be it resolved that the agenda for the May 27th, 2025 special council meeting be approved as presented. All in favor? Are there any disclosures of pecuniary interest? Seeing none. I'm going to read the motion that was tabled on January 28th. Before I begin, though, I should mention that I heard from Councillor Palmatier. He's going to try and make it. He's having some calf issues, and he's with the veterinary right now. So on January 28th, 2025, the notice of motion resolution, whereas the municipality of Tweed currently elects the position of deputy mayor at large, whereas it is proposed to change this to one-year appointments as elected by council commencing with the 2026 election, whereas it would be the expectation that our councillors would take a one term in the role of deputy mayor, whereas, whereas the proposal will provide all members of council with the opportunity to experience a broader range of duties, thereby creating opportunities for growth, development, and potentially succession. Whereas the proposal will not have a direct effect on the council role in serving the municipality. Whereas the Municipal Act S 2017 establishes the authority for a council to make such a change, whereas such a change would not affect the current term of council. Therefore, the Council of Municipality of Tweed hereby deems it appropriate to hold a public meeting in May 2025 for the purpose of seeking public input regarding the proposed change, and further that council establish a deadline of December 31st, 2025 to pass a potential bylaw in order to provide candidates with ample time to consider their options. Okay, the way we're going to structure this evening, we're going to first hear from those who support the motion. We have a number of emails which I will, or letters that came in that I will read first. Then I will reach out to the room and ask if there's anybody who would like to speak to that particular motion in favor. And then I will reach to see if there's anybody online, Lucas, to see if there's anybody that would like to. After that's done, we'll move to those who do not support the resolution. I will read any correspondence we've had to that effect. I will then reach out to the room and ask anybody if they would like to share anything. And then at that point, I will then go to the online to see if there's anybody there. We won't be making a decision today. That will come up later. However, it's very important that we engage all of you that have taken the time and the effort to be here. So, beginning, the first piece of correspondence I have is from Jim Pedersen. Sorry. Okay, this is from Jim Pedersen. Okay, I thank Tweed Council for making a change to the way our deputy mayor is selected. It is a reasonable change and one that will be consistent with most other large and small municipalities. We are very fortunate in our municipality to have so many people offer their time to serve on council and to go through the election process. What is important to me as a resident is that we have the opportunity to vote for the best 5 council members around the table to represent constituents regardless of title. The deputy mayor is essentially a councillor with a different title, with one voice and one vote at the table, So why identify the position as a separate vote category? In the current scenario, we run the chance of having only one person run for deputy mayor, thereby being acclaimed. What choice would the voter have in that situation? Conversely, we could have 3 fine candidates run for deputy mayor in that scenario. We would only be able to vote one to the council table. This change will provide voters of the municipality the opportunity to better decide who represents them on council. The deputy mayor can be designated on a rotational basis for these councillors willing to take part in the role. This will be a progressive change, bringing us in line with most other large and small municipalities. Thank you, Jim Pedersen. I have another one from Tiffany Hartwig. Tiffany notes, hi there, I'm a resident of Tweed and cannot attend the meeting on May 27th. I do support the motion to change as I feel it would be a positive change for the municipality. I also have one from David Plus. Regarding the proposed change to deputy mayor position, I support the proposed change to the deputy mayor position. Rotating elected councillors through the deputy mayor position on a yearly basis would allow all councillors to gain exposure to duties outside the normal council activities. In addition, this would provide added experience which could be utilized for present and potential future municipal duty. And I have one more. This one is from Vicky McCullough. I'm sending this email to indicate my support for the proposal to change the composition of council, specifically to eliminate the election of a deputy mayor position and to instead have council appoint the deputy mayor from council on an annual basis beginning in 2026. Thank you for your consideration. Okay, Lori, were there any others that came in support before I go to the floor? Okay. Okay, so that's what I have. Now, I heard somebody said he didn't read the one I sent. So was that a letter of support or oppose? Sorry, was that a letter of support or a letter of opposed? Okay, that comes up later, but this isn't support. Okay, is there anybody from the floor that would like to speak in support of the motion? Seeing no one. Oh, yes, Karen.
I just had one point that
I think you should go to the mic. Sorry.
I am in support of the motion. However, there's one word in it that says that council would elect the deputy mayor. And I think that is going to lead people to think that the electing part has been taken away from them when they would be electing all 4 councillors.
Thank you.
So that word maybe should be changed.
Thank you for that clarification. Thank you. Anybody else in the room? Is there anybody online, Lucas?
No, it's just us.
Okay. Now I'm going to move on for letters not supporting. I have 3 letters. I will begin with Edna Allen. This is from Edna Allen, totally opposed to having deputy mayor appointed by councillors instead of being elected. Another one from Nancy Moisen. That's all I've got here. You have the opportunity, though, to speak more if you want in a moment. This is from Nancy Moisen. I understand this. If I understand this correctly, the option is an elected deputy mayor or one assigned. Personally, I prefer elected to avoid accusations of favoritism or some such notion. Each taxpayer has a voice. Thank you, Nancy Moisen. And then I have one more. Amanda Moore. To whom it may concern. My name is Amanda Moore. I lived in Tweed most of my life. I'm writing this email as I'm concerned about the motion put forward regarding Deputy Mayor of Tweed to be appointed by council instead of being elected. I'm extremely opposed to that motion. The people of Tweed deserve and should have the right to vote for the person in such an important role. The person they believe will be the person they believe will best represent and protect the interests of the people in the municipality of Tweed. I hope we'll take this into consideration at tonight's meeting. Lori, did you have any more?
I do have one in opposed from Levi Moore. I'll just read it out. I hope this message finds you well. I am writing to express my strong disagreement with the proposed change in the composition of council regarding the deputy mayor position, which will become a one-year appointment elected by council starting with the 2026 election. This alteration represents a significant step backward for our community. The deputy mayor is an elected position, and it is essential that it remains so to ensure that all voices in our community are heard. Electing the deputy mayor solely through council appointments undermines the democratic process and diminishes community involvement in local governance. By moving to an appointed position, we risk creating an environment that could foster corruption and diminish accountability. Elected officials are directly answerable to their constituents, and this connection is vital for maintaining trust in our local government. It is crucial that we preserve the integrity of our electoral system, ensuring that all members of our community have a say in who represents them. I urge the council to reconsider this change and to prioritize the voices of the community in the decision-making process. Our democracy thrives when citizens have the opportunity to elect their representatives, and I believe it is imperative that we maintain this practice for the deputy mayor role. Thank you for considering my concerns. I hope to see a commitment to transparency and community involvement in our local governance. Sincerely, Levi Moore.
So Lori, is it possible for you to actually upload that after we're finished so it's all documented in the one?
Yes, I can.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Edna, is there anything you wanted to add? You said that, please go to the mic. Thank you.
Pretty well the same what that person said,
Okay.
that we should have the choice of who we vote for. It shouldn't be an appointment by council. It should be a position that all the people get a chance to vote for it. And I found with this meeting, we really weren't given very much time to know about it. Not everybody gets the Tweed News. I'm not computer literate, so, you know, going online, it's just not my thing. But I really think that all the people should have a chance to vote.
Thank you, Edna.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Come on in, Jacob.
Oh, is that wrong?
That's okay. I explained your dilemma. Thank you. Is there anybody else in the room that would like to speak in opposition to? Oh, yes, please go ahead.
I guess my question is, what is the benefit of doing the role, being appointed versus being elected? Who's going to benefit from that?
Can I, my understanding from the motion that's been tabled, the ones that will, first of all, you still elect 5 people,
Mhm.
okay? And then, and so 4 people will then look at taking a turn. Each person takes a turn. It's not one person that's going to be appointed deputy mayor. 4 people, each one gets a turn. My assumption is that the ones that would have experience would likely take the role first, giving the opportunity for anybody new who's coming to get accustomed to the role on council. But ultimately, during the 4-year term, they would have an opportunity to sit in the deputy mayor's seat. So what basically it's designed to do, from my understanding of the motion, is to give everybody the experience and help people improve upon themselves so that they gain more experience and then better understanding of council. And then ultimately at the end of the day, we have some really high qualified candidates more to take on the role of mayor. That is my understanding.
So what would happen if you had a counselor that didn't want to do the position?
That's fine, then it would just rotate to another person. It's a rotating thing.
Okay, I'm with Ed, and I really think that it should stay that the people elect your deputy mayor
Okay.
and have a vote and a say. I
Okay.
don't think it should be done in turn.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else? Yes, please.
I'm also with them and the ones that oppose. I believe we should be able to have the democratic right to vote our deputy mayor. not be left to council. It's the way it's been. I believe it's the way it works best. It's been working so far. I don't know why we're trying to change it. And I think if we really want to seek this out, if what the people really want, we should put it to the vote, not just one council meeting. That's my stand.
Thank you.
Could I, for the minutes, please ask everyone to state their name when they speak? Thank you.
Sorry, should have mentioned that. Is there anybody else? Yes, please.
Phyllis Savoy. I am opposed to the motion, and primarily because the current climate and the amount of time that you, your worship, are spending in discussions with the county and the province, trying to get the much needed funding for the municipality, to me seems would be a deterrent that we keep changing personnel. I believe we have to have somebody that is there, continues with you, is constant, understands the arguments, understands the players, not re-educating people, not catching up, not passing notes. I think that this is a time that it's really critical not to be making a change like that, particularly, as I said, with what's coming on with Doug and his super mayor powers. I also have a concern about cost, because there is a cost associated to it. I could be wrong, but is there not an expense for changing signing officers back and forth with the bank? There's no cost to that? Okay. The lack of interest of counselors has been addressed. The other thing, the comment that was made about acclamation, it could be a situation where only one person runs. The same is true for the mayor. The same could be true that we only have a slate of 5 counselors run. Acclamation is acclamation. It's a democratic right of the voting population to state what it is they want. And personally, I'd like you just to leave it alone and let's get through the more crucial issues that are before us. And then the other issue is experience. If there's a counselor that says, no, I'm too busy, I really haven't had time to keep up with things, how does that person gain interest? If they're going to be a counselor, they have a responsibility to stay up to speed with what's going on. My concern is that we're going to get left in the dust. If something, God forbid, happened and you were sick and we're in this transition period, where's the continuity? And that's primarily my objection, is that I believe we need continuity. Thanks.
Thank you. Is there anyone else in the room? Is there anyone online, Lucas? Oh, sorry, please. Sorry, I didn't see your hand. Just us? Okay.
I just have to go on a diet. I oppose.
Oh, your name, please.
Oh, Christine Howison. And I oppose because of everything that was said earlier. I don't have to repeat it, but yeah, it is a democratic process and I think it should stay as such. And that way there'll be no conflicts, no nothing. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Yes, please.
Hello, my name is Kevin Gall, and I'm a taxpayer, and I oppose this amendment. And I would like to state that it's a democratic society, and we like to elect our deputy mayor for every reason that everybody here is opposed also. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. Anybody else? Okay, I'm just going to go back to the agenda. Is there anybody from council that would like to say anything? Peter?
So first, I'd like to thank everybody who took the time to reach out, call, email, and tonight attend with respect to this motion. This was something that I brought forward a couple months ago, and here we are tonight talking about it with the public and looking and listening to what the public is saying. I'd like to say that the conversation around this has nothing to do with our current deputy mayor, has nothing to do with any of the other deputy mayors. as I hold them in all very high regard, as they are a member of council and they provide a voice and a vote at this table. The office of Deputy Mayor exists in many, but not all Canadian municipalities. However, it is not an independent or directly elected position in its own right. It is simply an additional title held by one person. Or in some other municipalities like Ottawa, I think, has 3 deputy mayors who are appointed by council, and they all do different things. And so that selection within each council or in the community varies with each one of those communities. I believe it's important that we understand what the role of the deputy mayor is in this municipality. The deputy mayor is essentially, as I said above, a title. The deputy mayor does not perform any other duties other than the duties of a regular council, other than he has signing authority along with the mayor on council, and he chairs meetings in the absence of the mayor. The deputy mayor is, as are all councils, a voice at this table, an elected voice, one person, one vote at this table. And we all help provide and create the opportunity for conversation and debate with respect to many issues that need to be addressed by the municipality. The deputy mayor is just one vote like every other councillor. With respect to what other municipalities are doing in comparison, and it's only a comparison, nothing dictates what we do or don't have to do. Some municipalities do like we do, they vote for a deputy mayor, and others appoint. So the deputy mayor is appointed by council. The appointing option is similar to what's being proposed here today, or the motion that I put forward, in the sense that the pool of councillors that people have to vote for stays the same. In some municipalities, the person would be designated or get the title of deputy mayor by the rest of council. In this case, I'm proposing a rotation, but each councillor take a 1-year term as deputy mayor. Somebody brought up the element of accountability. Everybody at this table, everybody that you vote for every time is held accountable, not only by the ratepayer, but by the integrity commissioner. So there's no one person, be it the mayor or the deputy or one of the councillors, who can act out of turn without being held to account. My intention when putting this motion forward is to ultimately increase the pool of potential candidates for residents to vote for. So for example, we could have, and I think Mr. Pedersen alluded to this in his, but we could essentially have 3 people running for the deputy mayor title. Of those 3 people, one of them gets in, but the other 2 or one of them are very accomplished. They're well-informed, they've got good life experience, they would bring something to this table. That person or those people are now out of the mix. We don't have an opportunity to look at them or build on or use their experience in life to help make this municipality better. So this motion essentially eliminates the risk of losing potentially the best people on the ballot. Now, if all of those people on the list are for councillor, there's a greater probability that one or possibly both of those potential candidates for deputy mayor would be elected to council. My wife told me not to read my notes. She was right. She's always right. So it just increases the voter pool for everybody and gives you as the voter the opportunity to find the best 4 people to sit around this table to support the mayor. The added benefit to a rotational deputy is that everybody on council would have the opportunity to essentially perform or see the role of mayor, that the appointed person during that year in that role may have the opportunity to attend county council or meetings, or in the case of a significant event and the mayor wasn't available to take the lead role in something, the deputy mayor would do that until the mayor returned. With a greater understanding of the role of mayor, councillors can better understand how the municipality is run and be more valuable to us in the future. A few things that I've heard over the last few weeks when people are talking to me about this, and I'll just kind of Coles notes it, but when the mayor leaves and the deputy mayor assumes the mayor's role, who fills the deputy mayor's role? Nobody. What happens if the mayor steps down? That is not if the mayor steps down, ultimately council, the remaining council has the option of appointing the mayor from the people that remain or going to an election. So it's not arbitrary that the person that would be the deputy mayor during that particular year is the person that's going to be the new mayor. It would be who the 4 people left vote for and appoint. So people ask me, does the deputy mayor seek advice when filling in for the mayor? And I said, absolutely. The deputy mayor should seek advice or guidance from the mayor when he or she's away, but reachable, as well as the CAO or senior staff in the municipality. And then everybody's bringing up democracy. So I just wanted to clarify what the definition of democracy is. It's a form of government in which people, so this is from the Merriam-Webster dictionary. It's a form of government in which people elect representatives to make decisions, policies, laws, etc., according to law. This motion does not lessen anyone's democratic right to vote for somebody who's going to make decisions, policies, or laws, or in our case, bylaws. The 5 people who sit around this table each and only have 1 vote. That's about it. I want to thank you for coming out today. It's really important. Your opinions are very relevant and they do matter. And again, thank you, everyone. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Any other questions from council? Comments, I should say. Yes, please go ahead, Deputy Mayor.
I'm with council, as with, just going over some, I just want to thank everybody for coming tonight. And as it's been pointed out in some of the correspondence, we all recognize the importance of the mayor, and the mayor is very much the face. And a lot of things that the mayor does behind the scenes to keep this municipality clicking, little decisions here and there. And it is not all we've seen, and very much as the face and not only just the chair, not just a vote, but very much the face of our municipality. And I will say when the mayor is away or unreachable, the importance of that role, the stated importance of the mayor falls to the deputy mayor. So again, with the added responsibility to that role. I spent 8 years as a counselor, and I knew then when I submitted my name for deputy mayor, that there was a chance that the people could seek somebody better than me to hold this seat. And I was prepared to respect their decision, win or lose. And I think I strongly say that whether I'm sitting here or not, when my term is done and my time is done here, that I want to be able to assemble the team that I choose in the method that I want, and that the democratic system, they can call it, that they're not changing the democratic system, but the seats that the position and responsibilities they hold could differ and vary. So, I'm very opposed, and I think it's important that the democratic system that we have in place has worked fine for many, many years. As far as I can remember, I have no idea why we would have a problem now and change it. But I'm strongly opposed to the motion in its entirety, and to the notion that the deputy mayor position doesn't hold any further responsibilities.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. Anybody else? No, sorry, Phyllis. Oh, with the bylaw, I don't, do we have that handy there? Well, I mean, that's okay. Let's see if Lori. Is it on the, is it in up above here when we have all those other files?
Yeah. Duties of the year. Paragraph 1.
I'm just gonna see, do we have that up on our files here? Go ahead.
So you're referring just to paragraph?
Paragraph 1.
Okay.
Yeah, it's.
So she's referring to the duties of the mayor The mayor shall be the presiding officer at the meetings of council. In the absence of the mayor, the meetings of council shall be presided over by the deputy mayor, who shall have all of the same rights, responsibilities, and authority as the mayor while performing his or her duties. If both the mayor and deputy mayor are absent, providing there is quorum, a member of council shall be appointed to preside over the meeting.
That's right. So I guess what we heard there as well is that if neither the mayor or the deputy mayor are here, the councillor can still do the same thing and take over. However, we're not making any decision here tonight. We're going to take into what everybody has shared with us. We also have this has been taped, so we'll be able to reflect back on it as well, and other people will be able to look into it. I think we wanted, is there a motion here?
I have received one more email just now,
Okay,
if you'd like me to read that.
please do.
This is from Jay Fox. And he says, a rotating deputy mayor role in a small town council where the position changes periodically among council members may seem appealing for distributing leadership and fostering inclusivity. However, a static deputy mayor role where one person holds the position for a longer defined term offers several advantages that better serve the council and community. A static deputy mayor provides continuity in leadership, which is critical for a small town where resources and administrative capacity are often limited. The deputy mayor often steps in for the mayor, represents the council in official capacities, and oversees specific duties. A rotating role risks disrupting ongoing projects, relationships with external stakeholders, example, county or provincial officials, and decision-making processes due to frequent changes. For example, if the deputy mayor rotates every few months, each new appointee may need time to learn the role, leading to inefficiencies. A static deputy mayor with a long term ensures a consistent point of contact and a deeper understanding of ongoing issues, fostering trust and reliability within the community. A static deputy mayor is more accountable to the public and council because their long tenure allows for clear evaluation of their performance. In a rotating system, a deputy mayor will serve for a short period, making it harder to hold them accountable for decisions or outcomes, as they could pass issues to the next person. This can lead to a lack of ownership over critical tasks, such as budget oversight or emergency preparedness, which are especially important in small towns with limited staff. A static deputy mayor, by contrast, has the time and mandate to take responsibility for their actions, making it easier for residents to assess their effectiveness and address concerns. The deputy mayor role often requires specific skills such as understanding municipal governance, managing meetings, or liaising with community groups. A static deputy mayor can develop expertise in these areas over time, becoming more effective in their duties. In a rotating system, council members with varying levels of experience or interest may assume the role, leading to inconsistent performance. For instance, a council member unfamiliar with budget processes might struggle during their short tenure, potentially causing delays or errors. In a small town where the deputy mayor may need to act decisively in emergencies, a static role ensures the person is well prepared and experienced. Small town councils often face internal politics or competing priorities among members. A rotating deputy mayor role can exacerbate tensions as council members may vie for the position or use their brief tenure to push personal agendas, leading to fragmentation. A static deputy mayor provides a neutral, steady figure to support the mayor and unify the council. This is particularly important in small towns where community cohesion is vital and visible council discord can erode public trust. Residents in small towns often value familiarity and reliability in their leaders. A static deputy mayor becomes a recognizable figure, building trust through consistent engagement with the community, such as attending events or addressing concerns. A rotating system where the deputy mayor changes frequently can confuse residents and weaken their connection to the council. For example, if a resident brings an issue to one deputy mayor only to find a new person in the role shortly after, they may feel their concerns are not being prioritized, reducing confidence in local governance. Postponement proponents of a rotating deputy mayor role might argue it promotes fairness by giving all council members leadership experience and prevents power concentration. However, in a small town where council sizes are typically small, example 4 to 6 members, not every member may be suited for or interested in the deputy mayor's responsibilities. Leadership experience can be gained through other roles such as committee chairs without sacrificing the stability of a static deputy mayor. Additionally, a static role doesn't inherently concentrate power, as the deputy mayor remains accountable to the council and mayor with clear checks in place, example, term limits or municipal election. For a small town council, a static deputy mayor role is superior to a rotating one because it ensures continuity, accountability, expertise, and community trust while minimizing political fragmentation and administrative inefficiencies. The unique challenges of a small town's limited resources, close-knit communities, and the need for reliable leadership make a stable, long-term deputy mayor essential for effective governance. A rotating system, while egalitarian in theory, risks creating instability and confusion, ultimately undermining the council's ability to serve its residents effectively. Jay Fox.
Thank you. Will you make sure that that one gets added to the
I will.
package as well? Thank you. And thank you very much, Jay, for the detailed,
I just got one more.
okay. No, that's okay. Go ahead. No, that's fine. We've got some finished topics. So.
Hallie Latwin, on behalf of her mom, Diane Latwin. I'm sending this email on behalf of my mom, Diane Latwin. I realize this is past the 5 o'clock deadline. However, if you could pass this on to council when appropriate, I know she would appreciate it. She has the following statement. If something happens to the mayor, we have an elected deputy mayor for a reason. The deputy mayor has been chosen as the person to step up when needed by the residents of Tweed. I am also concerned that council would appoint the mayor if they step down. I feel it would need to go to an election and the residents of Tweed should decide. However, the cost of an election is an additional expense we don't need and something I'm concerned about. Thank you, Diane Latwin.
Thank you. Has any come in before 5, and if we've concluded, we'll just make sure that they're added to the package, okay? Anyway, again, thank you, everyone. I mean, this has been a very informative exchange. I'm glad that you've all participated and shared your views. We will not, as I mentioned, making a decision today. I would like to see us make a decision at least by our first meeting in September. I don't want to leave it till December. And so I assume then, Lori, if I may, what it would be is it would be on the agenda for that first meeting in September. And then I guess, would we discuss it? Like what happens? Like we've all had this information and if more is coming in, that will also help us make a decision. So I guess at that meeting, we'll read the motion yet again, and then I guess we'll vote on it. And then and give everybody again a chance in the room to speak on it if they should so desire, but we will make a decision at that time. Okay, we're good. Yes.
Would there be, during that time, ability for the public to still have their input until September?
I think,
Email versus their meetings or anything?
you know, actually, I'm not opposed to that, honestly. I mean, as people can continue to, this is a, like, you know, we don't have to have a deadline of 6 o'clock. That's my, I'm making that judgment call. I mean, are we okay with that, council? You okay? Okay, so yes, up until that meeting in September, the first meeting, and everything would have to be in the Thursday before so that we can read it and have ample time. And you will feed it to us as they come in as well then, okay? Because I don't want to have a whole bunch of this all in one jet.
Yes, as I get the emails, I can forward them to council for review and then have them all collected together and part of the agenda prior to the meeting where you're going to make your decision.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, well, thank you very much, everyone. I guess I have to wrap up this meeting. Could I have a movement, a seconder to adjourn to this special meeting, please? Thank you, Councilor Valiquette. Thank you, Councilor Flaler. Be it resolved that the council adjourn at, Lori? Oh, I guess we have to keep going. Okay, everybody talk amongst yourselves. See you later. Okay, great, thank you. Phyllis, can you email your notes you had there?
Yep.
Thanks.
Or just send them to me.
Okay, yes, yeah. They don't come in.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. There was an email flying around there last week. Yeah.
So you got it all solved?
That last thing carries.
Oh.
Oh, they were late.
What was the problem?
Yeah, email, whatever.
Oh, yeah? Yeah. Was it a calf or a cow?
That's what I was saying, I'm like, I'll tell you about now. He's gonna tell me, he's like, stop, like cleaning, he's like, there's not to clean up. Exactly, just wash my hands.
Like, is the animal put out when that happens? Oh, okay.
That made it sound like you were being. I feel like they could be opened up, but that's not that stuff.
Right, I could too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Jimmy? Bring that vet on over here, see what he can do. That was a good meeting. It was a very good meeting. Lori, how are you feeling? Okay? Oh, I should this too.
No, I was just checking a couple things.
We can good. Never wait. Should we leave our? Mine's beautiful.
So I'm good about. That wonderful.
Just be guarded with what you say.
Like what's happening with media? So he's all there, but it's. Oh, I did.
Yes, we are. We have to be till 6 o'clock. The public meeting was from 5 till 6. So we have to stay open in case anybody comes on before 6 o'clock.
Is that next time? I want till.
5:45? 5 until, yeah, but it just, for advertising purposes, I think that you have to say this time, because maybe someone can't come on till 10 to 6 or something, right? Yeah.
Can I ask a stupid question? Oh, I've been on my knees on the lawn all afternoon, so. Hey, no, what you're stupid about. Is by role for each council member find in a bylaw? That's what I couldn't find. I asked. Where would I find it?
It's in our, procedural bylaw.
Yes.
Where it sets out the roles and responsibilities of,
Is that available online?
yep. Yeah, I can,
You just said it's not a bylaw.
it is a bylaw, but it doesn't define, there is a bylaw. It's. Actually, I'm not.
I couldn't get an answer to that. My question was, what is? And,
Things are procedures. You can't have that. You can look at it for a minute, but I can make a copy. I can make a copy for you. But it sets out like when we have to have our meetings and how long they have to be for and what the role of the mayor is.
313.
Yeah,
I could put that.
that's the one. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so be it resolved, the council adjourn at 6 PM. All in favor? Thank you.